welcome to another episode of the Peelerz podcast where Buckley is freaking the fuck out, where we discuss the nitty gritty and pretty side of stripping. Ania brought her dog, and Buckley is really having a conniption that she smells like recent dog.
The freshest of fur.
Yeah, she is
she will not leave me alone.
She is upsetty about
aggressive smelling.
She's upsetty spaghetti.
There's pressure behind the smell.
Yeah. She puts her nose right up against the... Yeah. I love when they do that, scanning. Oh, that's my favorite thing.
Is that what it's called, scanning?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
I don't know if that's a technical name, but on TikTok, that's what it's called. Yeah.
Oh, okay, on TikTok,
when pitbulls scan and they go... Yeah. Are you a dog of prey? I know it's small. I could eat it.
Yeah, that's what she's smelling, is the fact that he's a tiny, vulnerable animal.
Buckley has a high prey drive. She's stupid and angry. It's like the best mix that you want in a man.
It's the toxic traits that we love.
Yeah. Okay. We don't have a topic today. Kind of. I mean, like, we're going to talk about the Oilers, but I think we're just going to talk about the fucking week and the... Was it a full moon?
It was a new moon.
It was a new moon.
It was a new moon on the 5th and 6th, I believe. Which usually new moons, I love new moons because they're usually a lot of positive energy.
Fresh energy.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of new moons. But man, the last week when the Oilers were in town for their playoff games, it was so insane and such good money.
It was awesome.
Yeah, vibes were good. It was amazing.
Yeah, and we made history.
But how?
Well, the playoffs. We won the playoffs.
I guess it's... Yeah. We didn't...
We're going to the Stanley Cup. Roxy, shut up! She's seething every episode I talk about Oilers. I know she's like, God, she doesn't know what she's talking about. I do know nothing. I am a fan, though. I am a bandwagon hopper.
It's a big deal. That Buckley. We are in Stanley Cup. That's for sure. But so everyone was excited about it for sure. And yeah, the week was just insane. But it's exhausting when it's that busy. Like, it's so emotionally taxing and physically taxing.
And overstimulating.
Yeah, because it's so busy. Like, hard to walk. Like, Super Olympics busy.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I enjoy. The money is great. And it's... I wish every week was like, good week, slow week. So that you could like...
Do you actually, though? Because I found the slow week... As draining as the first week was, I felt like my cup was getting refilled because it was like I was leaving even though I was tired, I was leaving with like positive, I made money and we all had fun and Buckley.
Your face is against the chair like this.
But yeah, I feel like where I'm getting drained, I'm also getting filled. So because this week...
That sounds very perverted.
It does. But this week was so obnoxiously slow. And for me, I was just like, I was getting drained for no reason. I was getting drained because I was tired. And like the people that I did talk to were shitty.
Yeah. No, this week was odd. I'm actually surprised that...
You had some weird customers this week.
Very. And the fact that every lap dance was... easy to get, not just easy to get because I didn't ask, it was literally just given to me. Half the time it was like a girl being like, Kraken, come over here, and then other times it was a security knocking on the door like, this guy wants to buy you out, and I'm like, this never fucking happens, let alone on a slow week. It's usually a busy week when I would rather go get bought out by someone else that it's like someone wants to buy time. But the fact that it was easy was weird for me because if you know me, I'm horrible at selling dances, and if the lineup is struggling to get quota, I'm extra struggling to get quota. So that was weird thing number one. The military guy, the fish, there's so much to touch on, and like, you just had a boring time.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was really sad by the end of the week. I hid in the change room like all Saturday and was like pouty.
Yeah. But you got to go home early.
Yeah, which is nice. I was just like, the week like drained me so much that I was just like, so depressed. Like Jay came in, like our manager came in and he's like, what's on your mind? Like, how come? Because I'm usually such a happy, bubbly person. Like things just like roll off my back. Like I'm usually so happy, but like I struggled to be in a good mood. And I don't think people realize that like this job is also emotionally taxing.
Extremely.
And so, yeah, like, I don't know if it is for everybody. Like, I do find that there's some people that can just leave it at the door. But, like, for me, I'm such an emotional person. I think it's, like, a part of us being, like, artists and being creative that I don't leave who I am at the door just to come in and make money. Like, I truly love this job. So I put who I am into it. So sometimes it does get to me. It's not very often, but... yeah, I couldn't shake that bad mood. I don't think, there's been a lot of people that I don't think have seen me in that kind of mood in a really long time.
It was off, that's for sure. Buckley, my girl. Do you find that, like, I find that sometimes there's two characters within a person. Like, Kraken and Emily are the same fucking spot on the same person. Like, I am more confident in a bikini. I can definitely go up to groups of guys and not be like, a pussy, but outside the club, I'm far more shy, but damn near the same human. Do you think like Ania and Amanda are the same?
Yeah, I think they are the same person. Like, I like to joke around with guys that they're different, but they're really not. Like, I am the exact same person, whether it's Amanda or Ania. Like, I'm the exact same person. Yeah. So
it's hard not to bring emotions to work, especially when like you have to put on a mask. Right? It's, you can't go on stage and be upset. You can't walk around on the floor and be upset. And I wish we could hang on the change room all night and be upset.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and like last night on my last show, shows can also make or break my mood because if people are being shitty and like not cheering and like sitting in front row with their arms crossed with like a miserable look on their face, like it's hard because they're giving that energy to us. And I'm like, I'm trying to break it. Like I'm trying to like not be upset. And there was some girls from Aradia last night, and I was like super thankful for them because they were cheering and like they tipped lots. And there was actually a guy beside them that wasn't tipping, and I was like, man, like that's not really cool. Like you guys are, this club is so busy right now, and you guys are taking up like prime real estate. And there's other people that want. I'm like, look at all these people standing around front row, and you're just sitting there like not participating in this. And so I was very nice, and I was just like, hey man, like it's like really disrespectful to be doing this, especially on a busy night. And like so many people just huddled around them, and they're like, come on, man, like you gotta move, like we want to sit, like we want to do this. And the radio girls are so awesome for that. They're like, come on, man, like we want to sit. We've got money.
I didn't see anybody.
They were girls from St. Albert.
Okay, so maybe I don't know.
Sorry, not St. Albert. Yeah, St. Albert. St. Albert. Yeah, St. Albert.
I don't even think I've been to that location once.
I haven't either, but
it's the closest to me, and I'm never there.
I took, I talked to a couple of them, and I was like, why do you look familiar? And they're like, oh, we're from Aradia. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, did I ever teach you? And she's like, oh, I'm an instructor. She's like, but I also have taken your classes. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love when other pole dancers come. Like during Stripper Olympics, it's when everyone from every industry you kind of work with comes around, every DJ you've ever met, every pole dancer you've ever worked with, everyone from your past, the bars around, everywhere that you've like gone for a drink before work, you see every face.
Yeah.
You know, I love that shit.
It's almost like your birthday or your like wedding day. You're like, everyone's here for me. Yeah. Or for us.
I work every fucking birthday and it's lame.
Yeah.
Extremely.
Why do you do
lame.
that then?
I'm not doing it this year. I'm not fucking doing it because it's also Christmas week and it's always slow and everyone's miserable and it's fucking freezing. I'm just not. For once, I'm not doing it this year. I'm not doing it, JP.
Go on a trip. Because you don't really do too much for Christmas either, do you?
No, not really. I see my mom and that's it. And like, I'm just always imagine that resorts and shit are busy at that time. Or maybe they're
not. Go to a resort. Go somewhere cool. A resort is a resort.
Oh, you know what I do want to do for Christmas vacation instead? It's January 9th week. It's not my birthday week, but it's close enough. It's called, Barkovist or something like that. Barkovist.
What is it?
It is Mardi Gras. It's in New Orleans. It's Mardi Gras for dogs.
Oh,
and
God.
Every year there's a theme and the dogs dress up and there's big parades with all these dogs in costumes walking around. I'm like, I could do that. I could sit and get drunk on a street and watch a bunch
hilarious,
of dogs.
But I would not. I was like, I'll go with you. No, I won't. I would hate that.
Cemeteries and dogs and big goofy sunglasses and that's all I need for my birthday.
Yeah. That's perfect for you.
She keeps tugging on my arm.
Yeah, she wants to sniff me and my tiny dog so bad.
Go to your bed, Buckley.
She's like, or sniff on you.
Yeah.
Back to sniffing.
You don't get it, Mom.
You can sniff me like this. It's just don't be so aggressive about it. I love that.
So me and you switched places last week because I was chasing a military guy.
Last week? Oh,
yeah, for brief 24 hours. Very, very brief 24 hours. And the funny thing about this is every time I go on a Tinder date or something, guys go, don't talk about me on the podcast. You're not that fucking important. Calm the fuck down. Like, really, you really are not. Especially if we have a normal date and talk about normal things. Why the fuck would I bring that up on the podcast? Yeah. This guy, though. This guy. We're talking about him. Oh, my God. How'd it even start? He came in and I thought he was dating the bartender. And he was very attractive, very built, blonde, blue eyes, tall, covered in tattoos. Very attractive. I didn't go for him because I thought he was dating the bartender, but one of the waitresses came up and was like, oh, he's actually single. He's friends with the guy that's dating the bartender. That's why they kind of look similar. And he does want your number. So he gets my number. And I can't, oh my God, did it escalate quickly. It wasn't even love bombing. It was just like, we're dating. You're coming to Australia to meet my parents. She's trying to book me flight tickets.
He's Australian?
Apparently.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I don't know how much of what he said is exactly true because he did give off like very frantically lying aura. He mentioned the military and like be proud of your service or whatever. But the fact that he mentioned it every second sentence was a bit much.
As when I started dating Tim, he was like embarrassed to tell me he was in the military.
Is that like a thing, like an etiquette thing to not brag about it?
I don't know, but I only find that people that brag about being in the military are so emotionally unstable and generally only completed one term.
What's like, a term? He only did
5 to 7 years, I think.
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah, and of course they're the ones that brag about it the most. Like people that have been in the military for years are just like, yeah, whatever. Like, and they are the ones that like, I'm like, yeah, those are good guys, or they are doing something. But the people that brag about it, I'm just like, you're using it as a literal bragging tool.
And he didn't say like, oh, like I like to protect and serve or anything. He literally was just like, I like guns and I've seen people die and stuff. Like, he really, 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 really wanted to talk about trauma. Was laying on way too heavy of stuff. And I don't know if we've talked about on this series of the podcast, a guy named Crazy Craig. And he's the craziest guy I've ever, I'm going to put in quotations, dated, because we did go on dates and we did sleep together. He was so crazy that it lasted 2 weeks. And he was the best lay I've ever had. So when girls talk about like having such good dick that they stick around, I think that's a lie. Because like there's definitely a crazy and dick meter, and he went over the crazy meter. I never thought in my life I'd meet someone that was so crazy I couldn't deal with them for longer than 2 weeks. 24 hours with this guy. 24 fucking hours. And I was like, just bang me. Like he was talking about how he did porn with his ex and stuff, and like how he made a lot of money off of it, and how he used to be a male stripper. So I'm like, hey, good. You understand the industry and you probably have a big dick. Lovely. He couldn't even I couldn't even go on a date with him on the Tuesday when I met him on a Friday. So like 4 days, I couldn't let 4 days pass and even go on a real date with him because he was so unbearable and unstable so quickly. So fucking quickly. He was like insinuating that him and the security guards are best friends when they really don't know each other that well. And also the weird gaslighting stuff. He was like, oh, I've had a crush on, like, when my friend went up to him and was like, Kraken thinks you're cute too. He's like, oh yeah, which one is she? And then apparently within a few hours it changed to, I've had a crush on her for 2 years and he's been coming in for 2 years, and that I've been ignoring him and walking past, like trying to make me feel bad. Like he's been
so weird.
And he's been chasing me. I'm like, there's no fucking way that someone who looks like you would come in all the time and I wouldn't notice. Like, I'm horny and single for a past fucking year. I would have seen you.
Yeah.
I would have been asking questions. There's no fucking way that you've been coming in for 2 years and had a crush on me for 2 years. And he's like, oh yeah, you think I'm lying? I'll show you screenshots with my friend. And I'm like, you're telling your friends about me? What? Like, what do you mean? And so he obviously did not show me any screenshots that he messaged a friend saying that he's had a crush on me for 2 years, because that never fucking existed. But he would just rant and rave about how, oh my God, how I'm like the perfect girl for him, but he did not know me, which is a giant red flag. I'm sorry if anyone thinks that meeting a stripper and that stripper is perfect without any repercussions of what it's like to date a sex worker, and they're just like nose diving into how much they love you, big red flag. You should always be wary about who you're dating, especially
right at the beginning like that. Yeah.
Oh my God, like chill the fuck out. I just want to get my dick wet. Like, but that's the quickest that a guy who looked that attractive, because obviously other guys have ruined it quick as well. But like, I thought that someone who was like attractive and had successful relationships, according to him, would know how to handle a pretty girl. But like, it's like he overloaded. I know so much about this man in the past few hours just from talking face to face with him.
Well, from what he said about you.
For 2 hours, yeah.
About himself.
His fucking ex cheated on him with his best friend. Don't know if that's true. I mean, I don't know. Anytime my man's like, my girlfriend cheated on me, I'm like, how many times?
My girlfriend's crazy. It's like,
How many times did you cheat first and then she decided to cheat? You know,
Yeah.
It's always like that. Had all these crazy stories about every ex, about his parents, about this, about that. Like, I know about how many sisters he has, how many brothers, where they live in Australia, when I can go and meet them, like their zodiac signs. Too much info. And he goes, so I have PTSD. What do you have? And then when I was just like, you know, like kind of autism, like late developed diagnosed, so like very heavily masked. But like, it's not that big of a deal. Like an ADHD, like any other stripper. And he's just like, oh, no way. That's so cool. And like, you're screaming it. It's so cool. You have autism. I'm like, shh. Again, it's like here on the personality level. It's not like he really uses PTSD to describe who he is. I'm like, it's like here for me, you know? I don't need it to define myself. So
that's the thing is I feel like everything about him is what defines him, because he actually doesn't know who he is.
Oh God, no. God, no. I love a girl who has actual good tattoos. I fucking hate when people have shitty tattoos. He has like the family star on his head, like from the fucking clothing brand. He's got the nautical stars and shit. Like, sir, you have shitty tattoos. He also had the Warped Tour special, which I hate. And that's when they have like their hands, their forearms, and their throat, but nothing else.
Ew.
Yeah.
So he looks like he has like a body like covered.
And he wore lots of sweaters, so I thought he was covered. But after creeping his Instagram, which was so humiliating.
Cringe.
Oh my God. I couldn't even show my friends pictures of him because all of it was so douchey with the lips out and the
shit,
holding,
or like the
holding guns. And like the shit he'd post is like, good day to all my beautiful people and fuck you to all the snakes out there. Sir, you've been a drug dealer for 3 months. Calm the fuck down. That's another thing. I'm not dating drug dealers, especially if you're not good at it. Like,
oh my God. Yeah.
Oh my God. So
I would, okay, I don't like drug dealers. Like, I think they're the biggest turnoff ever. But if I dated you and didn't know you were a drug dealer, I'd be into it. I'm hot. Like, I don't want to fucking know you're a drug dealer. If you act like a drug dealer, absolutely not. But if you dress in a suit and you have a nice place, like most drug dealers live in like a fucking basement. Mm-hmm. Like, ugh, God.
And he's like, I only have one. He said he's in a contract to do it for a year. One, is there contracts in drug dealing? That's weird. So I'm like, he either owes this drug dealer money or they have like a certain plan. And he's like, I'm only doing it because I have extreme debts to pay off. So I'm like, okay, you've told me how emotionally unstable you are. You've proved it by your actions. You're a drug dealer, really bad at it, really stressing you out, and you have to be doing it for a year because of a mass amount of debt. Like, really showing me how unstable he is. So I had to send a breakup text to someone I've never even been on a single date with.
I was like, why not?
Yeah. I was very it wasn't even a long message. It just said like, hey, I don't think we should talk anymore right now. I'm just looking for calmness. Because he said he got pulled over by the cops and all this shit and was going on and everything in his life is crazy. I'm like, I'm just looking for calmness and stability in my life. I did not say you're not calm, and I did not say you're unstable. That's all I said. He unloaded being like, I'm actually super stable. I just have high energy and you don't know how to put up with it. And I, of course, did not reply. Do not engage with that. But he went on to send my security guard friend voice memos about how he makes more money than me, so he is stable, and that he'd always send voice memos, and he's always creepy laughing in them.
Ew, ew.
So it's like, because he was sending the voice memos to 2 people. They were showing me the voice memos, and like the whole time I'm listening, I'm like, oh my God, like this is just so fucking cringe and creepy and kind of scary.
You can hear the insecurity in their voice when they're doing that, though.
Yeah. And like, sucks because like, fuck, he was attractive and like really, 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 really like when people are really into me as well. But I hate the love bombing shit. Yeah, so that was weirdo number 1, military guy.
No, Buckley.
I know, Buckley.
No, sweet girl. Oh.
You're fucking it up, Buckley. Go to your bed. And then, okay, number 2 thing. The fish.
Oh, God, the fish.
The fish.
The fucking fish. I told someone about that, and they're like, I think I know that person.
Because if it's in that group chat, it's saved in the group chat, and all those people saved it in that group chat, there's lots of people that see this.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's on like Reddit or something.
Yeah.
But I don't think he said he knew that person. I think he may have said, he's like, I think I've seen that video. I think is what he said.
I'm going to Google it really quick while I'm also telling the story. So I get a buyout with a friend, and there's 3 guys and 2 girls. And something we always ask in a lap dance room is...
Something she always asks in lap dance room. I
always
am not
ask.
interested.
Yeah. Tell me a secret. Or we say, like, tell us your weirdest sexual experience.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one it was, but it led to this. These guys were like, sorry, woman fucks fish. They go, oh, we fucked this
My
girl.
friend's mom?
Well, they didn't say friend's mom until the end because from our perspective, we thought it was going to be like a young girl on a boat and they were shoving minnows in her, like frozen fish bait, and she was basically shitting it out of her pussy. So we're like, they did not mention, the size of the fish, the age of the woman, or anything like that. And they also didn't mention that they were all extremely young in the video. And when he goes to show us, he's like, oh, I don't know if I should show you because it's in our group chat, and they might see that I've opened it again. I'm like, it's in a group chat? They're like, yeah, our group chat. 14 people, it said on the site. 14. They're scared to show us one single time, but 14 people have it fucking saved. Oh. Okay. So the video starts with a woman who looks like Bill Clinton's wife. Like, that's what she... And that's what she did look like. And I just like close up, really close to her face. You see this much, big fat cheeks, double chin. You can tell it. She's lying like this. And she's saying something. So like turn up the volume. But she's also got the chapped lips. And like when you get Coke in the side of your mouth, they're like gunk. So they were obviously very much partying.
What are they called? Pasties?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
And sorry, my nipples got hard. I got such hard shivers. Like, oh, I never want to fucking see that video ever again. Starts with her face, and me and Clover just go like, whoa, because it's just her face so far, and we're like, what the fuck? And we're like, turn up the volume. What's she saying? And she's like, push it in, boys, push it in harder. And we're like, who the fuck is this? We're like, oh, it's our buddy's mom. Like, way to fuck up your kid for life. To do that in front of your friend.
And record it.
Like, where's your, I don't know, logic out the window. They zoom away, and yeah, they're putting a fish in her, but it's not a small minnow, and it's definitely not dead. So, like, there's a bunch of crimes happening. This whole film is a crime. I don't even know if they were of age in this video either. They sounded young. They said they were younger, but when we were dancing on them, they were 22. So, yeah, I don't know how fucking old that video is. And like, why would you be with your friend's mom unless it's high school? Like, why are you around your friend's mom unless you're younger?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, she's getting blasted by this live big ass trout. They're holding it like this. Like this, and it's trying to squirm out of her pussy because it's obviously fucking suffocating to death. And the things, the gills at the top are fins that are sharp. They're like, oh, we don't want to get that in you. She's like, I don't care. Like, ugh. And she did not have a hillbilly accent or a Texas accent.
And she just looked like she should.
She just looked trash. So, oh my God. And it wasn't even like, I don't know why, but what kind of boat are you imagining here?
Well, a fishing boat now.
Yeah,
like we thought one.
Because they said there was a bunch of people involved. We thought it was like
a speedboat, like a nice one to be going on Kelowna.
Yeah, like a houseboat, something big that holds a lot of people. But no, this is like small town Saskatchewan lake in a normal shitty little creaky boat where there's probably, I think there was like 3 people involved in this. They said there was way more, so I assumed there was like a party of people, and it was not going to be a zoomed in thing of this fish getting suffocated to death.
You said the fish was shitting?
The fish was shitting.
Because it was so scared for its life. He's literally scaring the shit out of it.
And it was doing the whole like, and it get its head out for a second, and then they shove, and she kept going like, shove it back in, boys, shove it in deeper. Like, ugh. And you can hear them laughing. as they're doing
Poor
it.
fish.
Oh no, this poor fucking fish. Like, this is a crime. I think fucking animals is a crime, one thing.
Bestiality is terrible.
And animal
So gross.
abuse. Oh my God. And like, could have involved minors. We don't
Dog
fucking
got
know.
snot all over me.
Thanks, Buckley. That's not an invite to come back.
Yeah, more snot.
So I didn't think it bugged me that much, but like when I get home, I go to bed. I had no caffeine that night. I was up till 8 in the morning. My heart was
So
racing.
bothered.
Just like,
I'm so happy I didn't see that video. Oh my God.
Oh, well, we thought it was gonna be these like funny girls shitting out fucking minnows. We're like, like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. Both of us, like, he was in the middle showing the video, like, big smile on his face. Me and Clover just like, yeah, I have to pee. And that's why I came to the change room being like, dude, I think I just witnessed a full-blown crime. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's really fucked up. Like, really, really fucked up.
Yeah. Oh my God. Let's see what came up on oh my God.
Google.
Fish fuck girl.
Go lay down. Go lay down. Get out of here.
Oh my God. What's going on with Trout Lady? What is she?
Is it the video?
I think so.
Oh my God, it made it on the internet, hey?
How could it not?
Yeah, fair enough. Especially with 15 people that like have it on their group chat, like it's got to make it other places.
Oh no, this is a girl who swallowed a full trout?
I don't know what's worse.
Oh,
Actually, being fucked by it, probably.
Probably being, oh my God. Oh my God, 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 oh my God. Okay, and then the next guy who buys me out, I don't know what vibes I'm giving off here, but that's not a fish.
No, it was not coming up.
Because I think that's pretty fucking illegal to do fish. Animal porn.
I know bestiality is like fish still considered bestiality? Like, I don't know.
I think putting any animal through unnecessary pain.
Yeah, it's an animal. Yeah, it's animal abuse regardless. So
yeah,
I just don't think that like people take the lives of fish very serious though.
They fucking didn't. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if fish have like the mental capacity to have a personality or like be like other than their instincts, but like still it's like putting something through pain.
Yeah,
that is fucked up. Like not only that, the fish is like starving for like to be in the water, so it's basically like suffocating because it's not in the water, plus it's like getting whatever that is.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it is really fucked up. And yeah, everyone involved should seriously be ashamed of themselves. That's really gross.
And they started talking about it. Oh, they're like, oh, that's not worse than making up a name now. Stephanie fucking that dog at a party. Apparently they dared a girl.
That's really common.
Yeah, they dared a girl to do that.
That's really fucking common,
and then they started arguing about which one was worse. And me and Clover were just like, okay, who wants to go for a lap dance?
Yeah, they're both really bad. They're both really bad. Actually, that person that I just told about the fish said that the one time he was talking to a girl and she had before OnlyFans was a thing, they had like the Snapchat Premium. And he accidentally got on it because he didn't subscribe to it. And he thought it was just her. And he went on the story and it was her getting fucked by a dog. And then he blocked her immediately. He's like, that was fucked up. Like, that was the most fucked up thing ever.
There's a girl talking about that on Soft White Underbelly and that the dog's dick did the spur thing and got stuck in her.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
I forgot that that's a thing that happens. God, this poor, whoever's listening to this podcast is just cringing so bad.
God.
Their
but this
ears
is
are bleeding.
Like when we were talking about our job being mentally taxing.
Yeah, that's the yes.
Yeah.
Like people are fucked up.
They are very fucked up. And like this is just like this is the beginning of the week. Then the end of the week, last night specifically, I actually know that this guy is going to hear this. I know he's a fan of me and I know that he's going to listen to this podcast. So I'm going to be as honest and as vague about his name and his appearance as possible, but I'm going to be honest about the situation. And if he decides to be offended about it, that's on him. Because he offended me a little bit too. Because I don't know, I get that I have face tattoos and I'm very pale and I don't know what vibe I give off, but I just need to confirm to anyone who may think this by looking at me, I am not a Nazi.
Oh yeah, what the fuck?
I don't agree with any of it, any of that stuff. I get bought out by, I was going to say a lovely gentleman, but he's obviously not that lovely.
Yeah, he's a Nazi.
He's a Nazi. Oh, get out by this guy, and he has known me for a few months now. He usually gets dances with Mia, but he really, really, really wanted to date a stripper. So that's how usually it goes. If a guy really wants to date a stripper, he'll try really hard with one, and then gets enough no's that he goes to the next one that he wants to try and date, and then he'll try for them, and then
just never gets the picture that he's not going to date a stripper.
He also thinks that he's making us jealous by buying out someone else after him, but it's like, dude, as long as you're coming in, spending the money, we super appreciate it. Love that. I'm comfortable sharing this story because if he doesn't come in anymore, I'm comfortable with that after hearing some of the things that he said, and I'm sure that Mia is as well because it was a little much. We are very accepting of people in the strip club. We're very forgiving. People are very creepy and they do creepy things and they're always welcome back, even though it might fuck with our psyche, but this was a little bit much. So he's talking about why he wants to date me because I'm self-expressive and I'm this and that. And he always wants to date a stripper because he knows that dating a stripper would work well because he really likes sex. The way he talked about sex as well was very, very alarming and scary too because he was a late bloomer. He lost his virginity at like 25, 26 and now has a very bad sex addiction problem. He did not say that out loud, but the way he was describing how when he dates a girl and how he dates a girl and how much sex they have to be having, that's very much a problem disguised as like, he thinks it's like a pleasurable thing, but no, that's like officially a problem. You know, basing your relationship just off of sex shouldn't be the first thing. That's really fucking toxic. That's a really bad way of coming at it. He says that he can't date girls that don't fuck all the time, this and that. And I'm just like, this is interesting that like you think this is the selling point to me wanting to date you. Like, not only are you gonna like have to deal with me maybe falling in love with another stripper, but we have to be having sex all the time. Like, oh boy, love chores. God, I love chores. Fuck yeah. Can't wait to be your sex slave. She's sleeping against her sock.
Yeah. She wants to smell all of Luke that she can.
Yeah. He's going off about, he's like, well, I know you have your crow. He follows me on Instagram, all this shit. And he's like, oh, I love that you collect stuff. And I'm like, oh, do you collect anything? He's like, oh, I really, really want to get into collecting stuff. But this is what I want to collect. No holding back. No, just like, don't judge me. Teehee. Like, don't judge me. None of that. Just like full blown into the conversation. I want Nazi stuff. So like, I try to like not sympathize, but
you're like, oh,
I'm trying to understand. I'm like, I do see why collecting some very extreme stuff can be appealing to some people because it incites emotion in people. I really like that my cross wall upsets people.
Yeah, okay, fair. Yeah.
You know, I like that people think it's evil for no reason, even though all the artwork is original, not changed, all from churches. Like, there's no reason for it to be evil, but people think it's evil. So I can kind of understand why you would want to collect memorabilia that really incites emotion in people. I also think it's important to keep history completely alive.
Yeah.
You know, there was like, even in Valley Village in Saskatoon, there was an armband and a
helmet.
A helmet. Like, what is it called? Not rhetoric, but like, there was Nazi
something they wore on their head.
Yeah, there was Nazi stuff at Valley Village, and people are like, "Oh, they should just burn it. They should just do this." I'm like, I don't think history should be erased or removed. I think it should be properly documented so it doesn't happen again.
And people, yeah, what the hell? That's like saying like if you did something bad, you shouldn't like learn from it.
Yeah,
that's so weird. Just get rid of it. Ignore the problem. Like that's sweeping it under the rug. I really hate it when people do that too. Mm-hmm. We should definitely learn about it and like learn from our wrongs.
So I thought that's where he was coming at this angle, but I was just like, why specifically that? Is it to do with like the art of it and how it upsets people, or the keeping history alive? Or he goes, well, I'm also like 100% German. So I'm like, go on.
He said he's 100% German?
Yeah.
Oh, God, because I'm like, aren't you Lebanese?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck, Kruella?
And he's just kind of like, oh, I know that you'd be able to find this kind of stuff. I'm like, I don't think so. I mean, like, maybe if I asked some of my very serious oddity collectors if they'd probably know where to find a guy, but I don't specifically know anyone with any kind of Hitler, Nazi, anything. So I'm like, I'm not sure where I'd find it. He kind of started hinting at like, that I must be a Nazi too. And I'm like, no, I'm just pale. Like, I'm not, my eyes are brown. Like, I'm like, oh my God, the whole time in this dance too, I am leaning so hard that my arm keeps falling asleep and my head is on the window And
was he the one that was like trying to like hold on to you?
Yeah, he was like trying to hold on, and he's just like, I wish I could kiss you right now. And then at the end of the dance, he's like, oh, I get to kiss you, right? I'm like, I've never said that at all. Why would you just get to kiss me and never gave him any implication that like, oh yes, we're going to make out at the end of this, which you don't tell someone you're a Nazi and then be like, lean in for a kiss. That's weird. So yeah, he just starts talking about how he's German and this and that, and how it's like a good example of how people can come together and really stand up for their rights and this and that. And I'm just like, no, there's lots of other examples where people did that. What about Black Lives Matter? That's recent, where a bunch of people got together for the right movement.
It's also June, like gay pride.
Yeah, gay pride. Anything else of like any other organization in any way, shape, or form getting together for their movement to make a point. I just feel like Nazi's not the best
example of that whatsoever. Jesus Christ, that's so extremely uncomfortable.
I'm just like, do you like Jewish people? How do you feel about like other races and stuff like that? And he's like, oh no, it has nothing to do with that. Like, avoided the question. Nothing to do with that. I just think like the unity of your people can be beautiful. And I'm like, your people. Because apparently, like, you've been to Germany, you know,
I haven't been to Germany. No.
Or we've met German people.
Yeah, I have German friends. Yeah,
and they're very ashamed of that past. They don't even want it brought
so
up.
much. Yeah, so I was hanging out with German people in Thailand, and what was it? Yeah, like they are very, very ashamed of that. They are very knowledgeable about what happened. They are taught about it in school, and it is embedded in their head that was the worst thing that anyone has ever done. Mm-hmm. And like they are so against it, and like apparently there is still a small group in Germany that are still Nazis, but they are so publicly shamed that they aren't able to, like, everyone bans against them, so they aren't really able to express that. And the one was telling me that the Hitler salute is like illegal, like you can get arrested, and I was like, this one? And I did it, and his like face turned white. He's like, yeah, he's like, I've only ever seen 3 people do it. He's like 30. He's like, I've only ever seen 3 people do it in my life, and you're the 3rd.
So that's like, there's a true German person
like,
showing real remorse for the actual past that happened. And then there's, I'm going to call him a fake German because, like, I'm sorry, you're in the middle of fucking Canada, you know, obviously very little about that history. And you're just like, oh yeah, because I just want Nazi stuff because German pride. I'm like, no, nope, that's not the point.
No, they are so against it. Like, yeah, you can get arrested in Germany. And like he was like offended by the fact that I did that. I'm like, I had no idea it was that big of a deal. Like, we in Canada and America, like, we do it for shits and giggles. Like, we think it's funny. We don't think it's funny, but like it's not offensive to anybody really. Like, at least we were unaware of who it is offending. I was like, it is just like an insensitive joke, I guess. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he's like, no, it's like very not accepted. And there was huge, when I was in Thailand, there was like a huge protest going on in Germany because there was something to do with like a Nazi party in the government, or like something happened in the government. And like, he was showing me pictures of this stuff, and the streets were flooded with people protesting. Like, flooded because of a one small group that still was deciding to voice this.
Because a small problem can obviously become a giant problem.
Huge problem,
a genocide. Like, especially with what's going on in Gaza and everything right now, for you to just like bravely be like, I like when people get together and kill other people for like feeling like they should, you know, like,
for extremism is just fucked, honestly. Yeah.
Like, why? No, being crazy proud of, like, was it Aryan race? Where the blonde, blue eyes? He is blonde and blue eyes. He seemed very proud to be Aryan.
Oh, is that what it's called? That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know, like, did Hitler even have blonde hair and blue eyes?
No.
Like, I'm not educated enough in this stuff at all to even, like, speak about it, other than I just know it was fucked.
Yeah, I know it was super fucked, too. That whole conversation, the wanting to collect that stuff,
it does seem like so fucked up. Like, yeah, I would not want to hang that stuff on my wall. I mean, I'm super interested in that stuff, like the Holocaust and stuff. I want to go and see it so bad, but not because it's like I think it's cool. I just know how like impactful and emotional and like, yeah, I think I am very interested in like what happened. I like learning about it, but I'm not into it. I don't support it.
Who does?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I can't believe that guy said that. I actually should block him right now. Because, like, it's not worth it for maybe another hour buyout.
No.
Like,
no.
Absolutely not. Especially when he was, like, so fucking touchy, so, like, leaning into me. And I kept telling, like, I don't like when people touch me. When you're allowed up in the booth and you have your boobies covered, they can touch your feet, they can touch your knee kind of thing. Like, but I still don't like it.
Around you, yeah. Like, and it's up to your discretion, really.
And he would not get it that, like, I kept pushing his hand off and I told him no a few times, but like it was to the point where I was just sitting like this and the security keeps coming around being like, you good? I'm like, I think so.
I walked by and I was like, this is fucking weird. Like, I've never seen Kruella like be like, because at the time when I walked by, he had both his arms around you and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Can you imagine having someone's arms around you? He's just telling you that he said Nazi.
Kruella like, doesn't even really like hugs.
No, I fucking hate hugs. I was very uncomfortable. Everyone could tell. Like, I kept getting asked if I was okay. And like, I was bought up till 1:40, so I was like watching the time down.
Like, it was probably going so slow.
Yeah, I was watching it go down, but as soon as it was like, boop, 20 minutes until last call, I was just like, oh, our time's done. I didn't even ask him if he wanted a long time. Like, oh yeah, like, I gotta get going. I gotta make sure I talk to Ania before she leaves because I need to make sure like we're on track for the podcast. Like I really like just a quick like bye. And it was just like, oh, I don't get to kiss you right now. Like I don't get to kiss you in this booth. I'm like, you've buttoned me out how many fucking times, and she's never and would never kiss you. Where are you getting this implication that we can just make out with customers in the wide open?
And I know that that's not your hustling style. Like, I know there is some girls that like can really sell the fantasy and like bounce around the words, like make you think what you want to think, make you hear what you want to hear. But like, I know you're just like straight facts, like just like, yeah, you can buy me out. We can hang out for an hour.
Yeah.
Like, you in no way did you suggest that.
He also, as soon as I seen him when I was on stage and I made fun of him because I always make fun of people who cross their arms. As soon as I made fun, I knew. I'm like, I know this guy and it's not for a good reason. He's either annoying. I
remember you telling me that.
Yeah, I'm like, there's something. I'm like, there's a guy waiting downstairs for a dance and I know that there's something up with him. So, and I thought it was going to be like 4 dances. He also leaned over the moat with this 20, just like thinking he's like when they do that face that they think they're seducing you. They're not the I want you look. I love the I want you look. It's the you want me look. No, I don't. Absolutely, do not look at me like that. Like, yeah, you want this. One, he lied about his height. He says 5'9". He was like up to here on me. I'm like, absolutely fucking not.
I don't get why people lie about their height because it's like I'm gonna see, and I understand that like they're like, oh well, they'll give me a chance, but I'm like, no, my first impression is that you lied, and if someone cares about height, they are going to care whether or not, like, if you lied about it, now they're fucking pissed that you lied. And 2, you're not the height that they like. So it's like, well, how are you winning?
Yeah.
Just be yourself.
And like, I get like maybe lying to a stripper because we can't tell when we're in our heels, but we can.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I know looking at a guy when I take my shoes off that he'll be taller or not. I would say like me and him were probably on par, the same height. All of him was just crazy, fucking annoying. Went on and on and on and on and on the whole time, basically, after the whole Nazi thing about how much fun we'd have in bed and how he could just tell. And I'm just like, no. I also wanted to know about the podcast. And we talked about how me and Jasmine and Serena just talked about friendships and this and that, like the inner workings of him. He's like, oh, I never thought of that. Like, you're actually so smart. Like, implying that you think I'm dumb off the hop. Thanks. Think I'm a Nazi, think I'm stupid, and you think I'm going to make out with you right here in the open, right in front of the bar, just because that's what strippers do. We just fall madly in love with Nazis and make out with them, right? Risk our fucking job. So that was the end of my week. But like, it was nice because it ended right at 1:40. So I got to go cash out early. It was a very slow night for everyone. So we got to go. So at least I made some money off of it. He tipped me. Love that. But when I talked to me after, I'm just like, oh my God, you never told me he's a Nazi and this and that. And she's like, he's never said that to me. I'm like, oh my God.
Because you have tattoos and you collect weird shit, which has nothing to do with Nazis.
But I've had Nazis buy time for me before. I'd be like, I know you're one of us. And like, showed me a swastika tattoo here. And it's just like, why would you think that? He's like, you can just tell by your appearance. I'm like, head tattoos nowadays mean that you're cool. Head tattoos back in the day used to mean you're a Nazi, but like things have dramatically changed. It was when I had the shaved sides as well. Like I have no symbolism of that on me at all. I even have an symbol in my armpit, which is like peace and unity, bro. Like no, unless you thought it was a swastika in my armpit, but like absolutely fucking not. Ugh. Weirdos, people getting fucked by fish, Nazis. military guy kind of stalking me. Not stalking, but being way too aggressive. It was too much.
Yeah, that is a lot.
It is a lot. Yeah.
I honestly just like didn't really talk to people this week. I kept my distance.
Yeah. Same.
I knew the energy was bad, so I was just like, you know what? Not for me.
Yeah. My friend with the face tattoos that we were sitting with for a second, like, I was just like, oh, great, he's here, so I can just sit here, chat here all fucking night. Like, I'm already at quota. I have nothing to worry about. Next thing I know, Clover's like, Kraken, come on, we're going with this guy. And do a show, and then there's already a guy waiting outside the fucking change room waiting to go for time because he's just so excited telling me how he loves being German. Oh my God.
Yeah, which is, you can love being German, but you shouldn't love being a Nazi.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is so fucked up.
It was so all easy. Like, getting the dances was easy. Doing them was hard.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Very weird. Very odd.
You poor thing.
Yeah.
You poor thing.
Can't win them all. Now I'm going to Kelowna and hoping it's normal.
Yeah. What are your plans for Kelowna? Because you're going early, right?
Yeah. They might hear this as well. My Tinder dates. I have 2 Tinder dates out there. They're probably like leading out of everyone that I've dated in the past year. Both of these guys are my type, my age, my zodiac sign. Like,
what zodiac sign do you like?
I like fire signs, I like water signs.
Okay.
Yeah, I just find that all earth signs that I date, friend-wise, we get along great. Dating-wise, they're always boring.
So fair. So fucking fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love fire signs in bed. I've never actually dated one, but water signs, I always end up dating a water sign. I love sensitive boys. Yeah, both of them are fire signs. They're both Aries. Nope, Aries and Scorpio. Scorpio's
water.
Water. And his birthday's Halloween.
Oh, that's cute.
Spooky. And he's a tattoo artist. But both of them attractive, older. They got gray hair. Love that. One's taking me to see cows and birds. The other one just wants to hang out. So let's see if he plans anything. But yeah, like stable, level-headed, keeping the conversation going.
Have you slept with either of them?
I have not slept with either of them, and they haven't told me that they love me. God, you know how hard that is to come around? I get I'm attracted to crazy guys. I like throat tattoos and like big red eyes. They're always crazy. They haven't like...
So they're normal.
Kind of. The one is...
It's really too bad we never found the guy with green hair.
I know. I wish I found
Who
him.
is that? Who was that? He was... I was really rooting for that one. He was just someone...
so
Where were we at? OEB?
Yeah.
There's this guy... We tried to find him on Instagram.
So fun.
No one came through.
He had green cheetah print hair, and he was so my type. And
he was good looking too.
Very.
Yeah, I really wanted Kruella to talk to him.
And I didn't say anything, and then we posted on Instagram looking for him. That's how desperate I am for fucking dick, dude.
We're like, if I posted it too, I'm like, if anyone has seen a guy with green cheetah print hair in Kelowna, can you please give him our Instagram or send us his Instagram?
Yeah, we have something for him.
We have something for him.
It's me.
It's Kruella.
It's me.
But we just said we have something for him. But no one came through. He must have been visiting.
Fuck him.
Because for sure people would have come through. Like, we both have enough followers and like people that know us in Kelowna that would have known that.
But even, we were literally just making for that military guy for being a stalker. I seen his shirt and it said a certain tattoo company.
And then we looked it up and
messaged the owner and was like, you have to know who has green cheetah print hair. He is my soulmate. I will invite you to the wedding. Here's me love bombing. Like, I hate when I love bomb or they love bomb.
Yeah, but yours is a joke. It's a literal joke. Yeah. Those guys are fucking serious, the ones that are doing it too.
Yeah.
You're just being a dork.
One of the Kelowna guys is like, swears up and down I am his next wife. And I'm like, I don't know if that's love bombing or if you've just never met.
He could also just be joke. Like, do you think it's a joking?
No, he just really thinks that like I'm 100% his type and what he's been looking for, but that's also to do with looks.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
I mean, they're both older, and if I'm being honest, they're not like supermodels, you know? They're not like young, attractive, built, have all these options kind of guys. I know that I'm definitely a special treat for them. I like being a special treat. But like, I feel like cheetah print guy definitely has options. He's a young stud for sure. He's very attractive. I mean, if he barely fucking looked at a table of strippers, he's got options. He didn't give a fuck about us. They left altogether, just being hot in Kelowna. But yeah, I like old weathered down guys. you know, little rust on the edges. It's kind of cute.
Okay, another question I have for you. Do you find, like, is it hard for you to just have sex with someone and then, like, completely be like, okay, yeah, that's all that was, bye? Like, can you do that?
Yes, and the guy that made me squirt so bad, good.
So amazing.
Yeah.
Squirt so much.
Yes, I was prepared to do that, and then fuck you, Matt. Why the fuck would you do this? Came at me and was like, obviously there's feelings involved because the sex was so good and we get along so great. And I'm like, sure. If you want to work on that kind of relationship growing, you know, like, you're a cool guy. I can see myself working on that. But I was like more than prepared to never speak to him again. Mm-hmm. We talk for a month and a half every fucking day. We start making plans for me to go to Toronto and fucking visit him. And it's like 2 weeks before I'm supposed to go there.
He booked her flight for her too.
Yeah. And like, stop talking to me. And like, I'm not going to message him first and be like, hey, we still on or this and that? Because like, this was his idea. I'm going to let it, like me coming there was my idea. Mm-hmm. But him saying anything about feelings was his fucking idea. He even said, he's like, usually I'm very good at this. And like, no, right off the hop, I'll tell girls, let's not get feelings involved. And especially because I live far away. So why would you do that? And not like he ghosted me. It's not like I'm messaging him. He's not replying. He still follows me. I did unfollow him because I just don't need to like get feelings involved. And I was close to liking him. But I just knew in the back of my mind that was going to happen. But why even have that month and a half of us talking every fucking day and getting closer and closer? And like every time he'd be tipsy, we'd have like these crazy heart-to-hearts and stuff like that for nothing.
Yeah.
Why? I don't understand. And like every time I do get drunk, I do want to message him like, I'm kind of mad that you've just randomly forgot about me, like to make me feel important to you and then forget me pisses me off, but there's still not that much attachment.
I also bet what happened is that he was really into you and like probably loved spending time with you, but then as soon as he went back, he either slept with somebody else, but like also you kind of forget like how that person makes you feel until you see them again. I've had that before where it's like I kind of like they're in a different province and then you don't really see them. So you're just kind of like, oh, like it was good, but like I kind of forget. And then when you see them again, you're like, oh, wow, like you actually make me feel so good. So it's like, it's not that they forgot about you. They just, that feeling isn't right there anymore.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a million reasons, but I know I can definitely just sleep with someone and not get feelings. I've done it before. I can do it again. Same with that Matt guy. Sorry, Buckley, didn't mean to hit you there. It's just that they either get crazy attached and weird right away, or it does turn into a relationship, or that they just ruin it by talking.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I find that, so I'm not usually just a one-night stand person. Like if the sex is good and I like you, or even if I just like hanging out with you, I usually want to continue to sleep with you. Like I want you to be like a consistent in my life, like a fuck buddy, but I won't get feelings. Like I can sleep with someone and hang out with them every day and not have feelings for them.
Wait, I have that.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing to have that is just like, yeah.
I've been banging a guy he works up in Fort Mac, and every time he comes down, that's it. And like we talk here and there we send each other memes here and there on Insta, but like mediocre in bed, but like it's still fun.
Yeah, it's like if I like hanging out with you, like I was sleeping with this one guy like a while ago, and I met him at a bar, and I went home with him, and like I kind of just wanted it to be a one night stand, but I'm like, oh, this guy's actually cool, and like got to know him, and sex was meh, but yeah, I liked hanging out with him, so it was good, like, and I have that a lot, like even like I was not dating, but like we were going on dates and fucking, but like both of us, this was a few years ago after I broke up with my 8-year relationship. I don't want to name drop his name because he has a girlfriend and stuff now, and she gets a little bit testy. She's a little jelly.
Is it?
Starts with a T.
Yeah.
It's not Tim, but it does start with a T.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
And so yeah, he was like my Kelowna boyfriend, and but we both knew, like, we had amazing sex, we had amazing chemistry, we had amazing everything. Like he was someone that brought out a lot in me, like emotions and like stuff that I needed to work on, and like I did love him so much, but I was not in love with him. And I feel the same way about him. Like, we had such a strong connection, but we knew that we didn't want a romantic relationship together, like, at all. We went on, like, romantic dates and stuff, and it was incredible. But, like, I knew I didn't want to be with him long term. Like, I knew he wasn't my person for that. But, like, he was such an amazing person in my life. And, like, he really, really helped me, like, discover another version of me.
And he also helped you with dating advice. Like, you
oh
guys-
my God, yeah. That's when I was starting to date Tim, and I would, like, call him and be like, about it.
I gotta say, if I were to have a constant fuck buddy, it would be a lot like him. I would, and I know that he'd be great at that, but, like, you know right away when you meet someone if they're gonna be, like, unstable about it or not. And, like, he does have the energy coming out of that he's good and bad. He's always has.
T?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always. The fuck buddy I have now is, like,
oh my God,
lame.
I've also, like, talked to other girls that have slept with him, and they're all like, he's amazing. I'm like, yeah, he's really good in bed.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, he asked you on a date, and you never went, hey? He's not your type, though, really, hey? Like, is he, though? He has lots of tattoos.
I hope that this doesn't get him in trouble, but I told him that if we were to go on a date or anything, because of his personality and how we work out, it would be dating. I want to be taken on a date. I want to see you romantically, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the thing was, he was like, oh, after me and I broke up. Mm-hmm. We all
Me and his ex broke up, yeah.
Yeah, they broke up. Dated for a long time. She's fucking rad. I know her personally. I'm like, one, I'm going to let the breakup blow over if we ever were to go on a date. And two, he was always bragging about how it's like, I'm going to take 5 years off of dating. I'm not going to date a single girl. I'm only going to get laid. I'm not connecting myself emotionally to any woman. And then kept asking me out. And I'm like, honestly, no. And he's like, okay, fine. I'm honestly asking you out because you're my white rhino. He's like, out of any girl, I would 110% date you. So I'm like, oh, okay, that kind of made me consider things differently. But then he moved to Kelowna after, and I never really seen him again. But I was definitely willing to give him a chance at that time. He's very attractive. He has the cool eyes, like tattoos, and he exudes good sex. So I thought it'd work. But I really wanted the breakup with him and his ex to be, like, well over because he was dating within the industry. And we don't need rumors to go around and stuff like that.
Well, even when I was seeing him, there was girls that are like, I can't believe Ania's seeing him because they were dating. And I'm like, it's been like years, years. And I did, I wasn't me that cleared it with her. It was T that cleared it with her that it was good. Mm-hmm. But by that point, did you know he did ask permission from her to ask you on a date?
I know. Well, even when at the end of their relationship, when she knew it was fizzling out, they both knew it was fizzling out, right? That happens after they've dated for a very long time. It happens. They had a very amicable breakup. And when they were still hanging out and living together, they came to a strip club and she bought him dances with me. Like
she knew that he was into you, yeah.
She almost wanted it to happen. Like she wanted to like hand that to him, and I wanted the breakup to be like well and over.
Yeah, you didn't want to be the bad guy in the situation.
I also didn't want to seem like a rebound.
Yeah.
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 But I when we're talking about his ex, she is so cool and honest. Like, we know for a fact she would have said something if something bugged her, but we all knew that breakup was coming, happened, amicable. They are friends. They discuss
amicable.
That word. I can't fucking say it, but like it worked out. There was no hard feelings from the beginning of the breakup to the end of the breakup ever, and they both knew it was coming, and it was like me and Danny. Yeah, got to the point where we just became friends, and the breakup was easy, and we even helped each other date other people. My ex's new girl tattooed my face. Like, that's how comfortable and accepting we were of the relationships, because I mean, I wouldn't let any of my other exes' new girls tattoo my face, that's for sure. But like, it was just good. But yeah, that's why nothing ever happened with him. And then by the time that I started working in Kelowna, you were already boinking him, so.
Yeah. Whoopsie. Oopsie poopsie.
Oops. That's fine too, because I met the French guy and all that.
Yuck.
Oh, God.
Hey, if it's meant to be, it'll be, right? But yeah, I think I will forever be super thankful for him being in my life, because he really did like help me in ways that I didn't even know I needed help. Like, he was such a great person in my life. I have nothing but love for him.
He's a wise guy. And he's been in the industry, not only dated a stripper and a good stripper for a long amount of time, but also was like managing a club at one point. So like he gets it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He understands how it works.
I think I know I have another person like that in my life as right now. And it is incredible. Like I love having those people in my life where I'm like, I just know that I'm not going to marry you. Like you're not a forever person. I love you. Like I do have genuine love for these people, but I'm just not in love with them and I'm attracted to them and everything. But it's just like, I know I don't want to marry you. Like you're not the person that like I want to marry. And vice versa. I know I'm not that person for them either, but like just love their company so much right now. And like you're learning so much from each other. So yeah.
And that's cool. Like self-awareness. That's so important when finding a fuck buddy because you don't want to
and like true friends, like they actually are fuck, but like it's like friends with benefits, like is actually the most like amazing thing because like I want to be vulnerable with like my friends and stuff, and like what way is being vulnerable than like also sexually? So
absolutely,
yeah.
So if you're out there looking for my tea, I just want a fuck buddy right now. I don't know if I really want a full-blown relationship or I'll know it when I feel it.
It's so nice just having that person that like fills that for you, but also gives you the freedom to
fills something for me.
Fills it, but also gives you the freedom to like not have to be held accountable in a relationship. Oh my God, who just texted you? And the fact your ringer's on right now, your ringer's never on the podcast.
Hitler guy.
No. Oh my God. I was going to be like, maybe he heard the podcast, but it's not out yet.
He said, I'm going to block his number. Hey, Emily, how did the podcast go? We're talking about you.
Yeah. Oh my God. He's definitely going to be waiting for it.
Oh my God. Yeah. I gave him my number at the beginning too, because he's like, oh, I'd like to come by you out a few times a week. So I'm like, man, okay, here's
kind of ruined that.
Yeah.
But that's also probably a lie.
Yeah. Well, no, he buys out Mia a few times, and he's bought me out before too. But I was just like, dude, if you're gonna ask out every fucking stripper, like, don't.
Yeah, that's such an ick.
So insulting too. Like, you think that we're just all like, oh my God, a wiener finally likes us. Eat shit. Go fucking put on your Nazi armband and.
Ugh, yuck.
Yeah.
Absolutely yuck. Such an ick.
Such a fucking ick. I like that we were going to come into this podcast talking about the Oilers and how it affects our work, and we didn't even. At the beginning, we talked about the Oilers.
Touch on it. Yeah. We knew this was just going to be a gabbing podcast, though.
Oh, God. Yeah, I had so much to get off my chest. Yeah. I'm just like, how did this week even...
Stripper change room talk.
Oh, God. It was such a fun week, too, because we had, like...
Such a good lineup.
Yeah. Like, not old time dance. Like, it felt like old times.
Felt like our OG days, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we first started working at Shade all together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Stripper Olympics.
It's coming up.
Hell yeah. Well, I think that's a great note to end on.
Yeah.
If you're out there, find me on Tinder, okay, dude?
Are you still on it?
Yes.
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 I deleted it a long time ago. I'm over it.
I need to meet people and I don't go out, but I will eventually. All right, be safe. Have fun. Tip your dancers.
Follow us on OnlyFans.
Yeah. I actually reply now.
Girl is taking it a lot more serious.
Yeah. Me.
Check out our bios, or you can get the link for it. And I guess also follow us on Instagram and X, Twitter.
Yep. Twitter, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I'm trying to get on iHeartRadio. That's what I'm doing after this. I'm trying to figure that out. Yeah. Be safe. Have fun.
Talk to you later.
Bye.